Oh, there we go. Ha 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 ha. All right, Cam. You're listening to 2-5 Cast episode 33. I'm your host, Mike. I hate this intro, but I'm gonna keep it. I'm with Cam.
Hi.
You could just like be silent and no one would know, and you just be like, "Oh, I guess this is another fucking Mike solo cast. Turn off."
Oh no, dude! I told you that I loved your solo cast.
Yeah, I know.
I meant it.
Okay.
I was being very genuine when I said it.
I believe you.
Do you?
I do.
Do you?
Fuck, dude, what's wrong? Why are you looking at me like that?
Do you?
All right, we're gonna move on.
No, I did love it though.
So, how you doing?
Well, I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, we had a day at work together.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm kind of tired.
It's so because it's like basically like a 4-hour podcast that we run, but sometimes we have to help fuckers.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
It's like, but we can't. There's like long intervals of just silence,
Like
and screaming.
Like the one guy who lost a tooth.
Oh my god!
He was like looking at something.
Let me tell the story right quick.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so there was a dude in here today, and I happened to approach him because,
as you do,
because you got a customer service, and he was asking me some questions about a thing we had going on, and just in the middle of his sentence, his tooth just flew out of his mouth. And he caught it. And he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry." He goes, "Oh, I'm sorry," and just put it in his pocket. Yeah, like he acted like it was just such a normal thing.
This was like a prank, and then you totally did not fall for it. You were just like so jaded. You're like, "Yeah, whatever, dude. If you want some fucking, there's some in the back. Fuck you."
like he put the tooth in his pocket, and I was like, I just moved on with answering his questions, and that was it. And I was like, all right, well, you need anything, let me know. And then I walked away and was just like, what the fuck did I just witness?
So,
This dude's whole tooth just flew out of his mouth, and he
like
caught
root
it.
and all?
Like, no, it's like the top part.
Okay.
So like the 4 root bits would probably
Yeah.
still in the mouth. But yeah, I was shook. I was like, what the fuck am I looking at?
And so then I come up and I'm like, "Oh, dude, that's how we get some free money. We'll put it on our pillow and go to sleep."
Oh my god. I thought you said something about the gumballs.
Yeah, we're gonna get some gumballs with our quarters.
Fuck.
What? Did you not get that until now?
No, I didn't. Sure didn't. I finished my shift and was like, I think that was funny. I don't know what he said.
They had gumballs. Like, all right, Mike, you fuck.
Yeah, I was so confused. That's why I was like, and then you just, I don't know. Then you just said
I
that.
just
And I feel
walked away.
dumb. I feel dumb. That's like,
Just
did
walked away.
did I ever send you the picture? Okay, so there's a filter on Snapchat that's like 4. It's like a box of 4 things in your face. It pulls up 4 of you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a glittery, I don't know, whatever. And
You look like Campbell's soup.
kind of, but it's animals.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like Andy
That
Warhol.
Yeah, that hot art Ruffy.
Yeah, Andy Warhol. Yeah, I took art
Is that the guy from Rock Lobster?
What?
Nothing. Don't worry about
I'm
it.
so confused. Anyway, but what was I saying?
Rock Lobster.
Oh, no, I very obviously, like, on that filter, I clicked on one of the little 4 boxes, and I realized that all of these boxes were different animals. Because forever I was thinking, I was like, why the fuck would they just have my face the same filter 4 times? Like, what the fuck is the point of this? But I very, like, my face was very, very obviously like, I'm stupid as fuck and I missed this. And I thought I took a picture of it and sent it to people, but I guess I didn't. I'm dumb. Just dumb.
It's okay, dude.
They call me Dumbo, so I guess I can fly.
No, it's because your big ears.
I got little bobby ears.
Yeah, your ears really haven't grown into your body yet. They're the last to grow, so I mean, you still got time.
Yeah, not yet. No.
Everybody knows the last thing to grow on your body is your ears.
It's actually just my toe.
It's why the fucking kids don't hear shit.
Actually, I like to think that kids just have selective hearing. And they just choose not to listen.
They just know better. They're just like, whatever, you fucking crazy. I just want kids to be like, I ain't listen to you. You eat ass. I know what you do.
It's like,
You bring that syrup in the bedroom. I know what you're doing with it.
Johnny, how do you know this?
Yeah, you know this.
How does he know this, Tim? That's very
Tim,
suburban
like,
family.
They treat turns. I was like, you don't say anything anyway, Dad. You fucking foot fetish.
Oh, jeez. You know what? If you like feet, live your life. I'm not gonna judge you.
As long as you're not fucking getting eat by people and getting off to it.
Oh, or watching people die.
Snuff film?
What?
Snuff?
I don't know what that is.
Like they're getting snuffed? Like a...
I don't know what that is. Snuff?
Yeah, like...
a snuff is like chew. Like dip.
Like a flame. You would...
Oh, I get what you mean.
Yeah, you would kill a person. Like
yeah.
the snuff film is
I
like...
get it.
Yeah.
No, I think there's just like... I think there's like a kink name for that, but
That is the fucking name, you fuck.
Snuff?
Yeah.
I thought it was like... Gore? What the fuck?
Oh, gore is different though. That's just like... You can... So, like... Because you can... Like, what if someone got choked out? There's no gore there. There's no gore there.
Right.
Unless you're choking out the...
I have a feeling if you get sexually turned on... Actually, if you get sexually turned on by things dying, you have some sociopathic tendencies you really should invest in.
Oh, by things dying, not you dying.
By things dying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's a... I can understand a sexual fantasy of like, I want to die coming. This is how I want to go.
I do.
Yeah.
I want to feel great and then die.
Yeah. And then just be done.
That's it.
That's a wrap. Wrap her up, boys. All right. Everyone starts clapping. The crew's there.
You just like, you're watching
Everyone
someone
starts bowing.
die like this, and then just fucking zooms out like even further.
Everyone, like it's like a play. At the end of the play, everyone comes out, does a little bow and a little curtsy.
Yeah. Aww.
Kurtzky. Wayne Kurtzky.
Wayne Gretzky.
Kurtzky.
Who the fuck is that?
Wayne Gretzky.
I don't know who that is.
It's a famous hockey dude.
You know what?
He's the guy that everyone quotes. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Okay. Well,
he was a part of the St. Louis Blues for about a minute. About a minute.
I've never really been into hockey, but I forgot that you really like hockey.
I like hockey.
And see, I'm a baseball fan.
So we're gonna fight?
Yeah, I like the slow burn.
Yeah, fucking that 7-inning stretch.
Yep, honestly, nothing sounds better than just sitting down and with a beer and just watching the fucking baseball
I want a game to be done with so I can go back to masturbating.
You just stop for 5 minutes so you can watch this. I mean, isn't it just like what? It's like just fighting. I don't know.
Let's play a game.
Sure.
So what are the points in each of these sports games? I'm gonna call them out. All right. So I'm gonna say like what is the point called in baseball?
What do you mean? The score?
Yeah. What is it?
Score.
Runs.
Oh, like runs?
Yeah.
Like home runs? You can walk?
No. I mean, like, what? All right, this is a bad game. Right,
I'm guessing just.
I was like, like hockey is goals, football is touchdowns, or I guess they're just points. But anyway, fuck it.
I guess
I don't know about sports anyway.
Sports.
Sports.
In baseball, like I said, literally just like runs. I mean, you're counting like how many runs you get. Like, I mean, that's the thing. Like with. Like football and hockey.
Don't tell me about sports. Let's skip this.
Okay. Well, whatever. Now, in football and hockey, you just got to get it to one end, and then you're good to go. But in baseball...
Yeah, just like sex. Am I right? High five that.
Boom. Woo! Get it in an end.
Sometimes
you have multiple ends you can put it in.
Source?
3+. Me.
Oh, okay. Camden.
There's the front end, the back end, and then the top end. That's it. That's a triangle.
Your body's like a triangle. Fuck every point of it.
Boo! Nice, dude. Sorry to be weird.
It was not that. All right. Anyway. No, I was thinking like, because like it's a court in basketball. It's a field in soccer.
It's a field in baseball.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. Diamond. I don't know.
I don't know. There was that. No, fuck it, dude. We're done talking about sports. We got our sports segment. So I'll figure it out. Don't write down sports.
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 You say this as I see on your desk you have an NFL cup.
It holds water. I don't know. Nice flowy liquid. That's what it stands for, right?
Nice flowy liquid. Oh, that reminds me.
Freezy sometimes. When
that reminds me. I don't know if I've ever brought him up on a podcast, but there's that rapper Amine. He has this very popular song right now called Caroline.
Yeah, I have it on my Spotify.
Yeah, he has another song called Red Mercedes.
Uh-huh.
And it's...
Is it about another girl?
Fucking hilarious. No, I love it because the video itself is set in like a car dealership.
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody in the car dealership is a person of color.
Uh-huh.
I think maybe I've talked to you about this.
No, you haven't.
Oh, is a person of color. And so they're just like going literally on about their lives. I will say what I love is there's one guy, Amine.
He's
Amine is in the
he
bathroom.
seems goofy, and I love him for it.
He's woke as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as I said, that's why I love this video. Also, the song's good. I mean, I really like the song, but the video that goes to it is really really funny. But the bathroom it says all inclusive bathroom on it, as I will say, and so Amine and like his two friends go into this car dealership, but they have white face. And they go to this car dealership. It's like a very like nice, pristine car dealership. There's all people of color working, and so Amine just goes, "Watch them" to the girl, and so essentially it just is race. It's racism.
Yeah.
But they are white, and then the people who would typically be white are black, and so it just the song is really funny and kind of addresses some of this. Addresses some of this stuff, and like I think he's really really woke. And I was watching a couple interviews with him just because I was curious. And he's really nice. He seems like a really genuine dude.
Yeah, like from his music, I feel like I would like him. So
yeah, I don't know. I think I also maybe mentioned, so his first name is actually Adam, but his middle name is Amine.
Do you have enough Adams in your life? Holy shit, dude.
This would be my third that I can. Actually, I don't know.
If your name is Adam, watch out. Cam's coming.
I'm coming for you.
No,
But,
just coming.
I mean, like, you gotta make me, but don't get that shit out. You gotta work for it, honey.
This is the worst podcast we've ever recorded.
Sorry, dude. I mean, I don't know. I like this guy.
Yeah. Oh, there goes that.
Oh, jeez. Did you throw something else down there?
Yeah, through the other one.
Something else as far as like rappers I was thinking of is, I think I maybe brought this up a little while ago. I'm trying to revisit Eminem, just because like I do like some of his early stuff. It's just weird.
I don't know, dude.
Like I like some Shady.
I like Eminem,
some Eminem,
but like it's so hard to like get past the part where he's like, "I'm gonna murder Kim and steal my daughter," and
I hate gays.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like
it's a problem.
I guess like I don't speak for everybody I don't speak for everyone who's trans. I don't speak for everybody who's gay or whatever. But sometimes when people say things like that, like I think a lot of people are more offended personally by it. And I'm not personally offended by stuff like that, but I'm just offended in general for the community. And I more so just feel really sorry for the people who say those things.
I'm going to circle back to South Park, actually, because there's been like this fucking dilemma in my head where it's like, objectively, I can say South Park is bad. Like it's satire humor, but like in the bad way, where it's like,
I will take South Park over Family Guy.
Sure, because I feel like South Park has more creative thought behind it, whereas Family Guy is very more cookie cutter. But like South Park is also like not good in a very like moral stance. And, like, I can see that. I don't know. Like, it's this whole thing where I'm like, I grew up with South Park, so are you telling me that I'm a fucked up guy because I pull some of my references from South Park and, like, my humor is not derivative, but, like, has some similarities to it, I guess? Like, I mean, I don't know. You know me well enough to... I don't think, like, my humor is, like, a South Park kind of thing, but
it's not, because I would say South Park is more like fratty. Actually, I'll say Family Guy is more fratty.
Yeah, they definitely go for that shock humor though.
Definitely,
which I do, but in a very like I don't know, like what.
I mean, you could just say like kind of, but you do it in a more PC way, and also like you don't make jokes to like get a rise out of people.
Sure. I guess like the difference is my quote on shock humor is more of I'm playing on expectations, not so much like I'm trying to get a rise out of you.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say like, oh, a bunch of dead babies and like you're like, oh, see, I got a rise out of you. It's more like I'm leading up to something that you think is going to be the joke, but then I twist it at the end and I subvert your expectations.
The amount of times at the Pokemart, and this happens a lot at the Pokemart, when Mike and I are chatting or whatever, and he's making a joke, and then You play on my expectation all the time, because then you'll just say like a completely different like punchline that I'm not expecting, and then I laugh or have this like specific kind of face like like
Yeah.
you got me, and
Yeah.
then you just laugh, and it's a good time for everybody. But yeah, like that is a lot of what your humor is. And I mean, we are all racist, so if you say you're not and you are white,
Right. There was like a really good post on Tumblr that was like, hey, like you're gonna have your internal prejudice no matter what. Like that's just a part of you. What is important is you have your initial reaction, and then the important part is what do you actually do. If you see someone come
yeah,
in and you judge them immediately, yeah, sure, that's like, you've built up to this moment, past experiences, or like the
that's what
family or the friends
stereotyping
you keep.
comes from.
Yeah, exactly. And you're gonna judge that person on the fly, but your better thinking, your higher thinking should be like, no, I actually don't know this person. I need to like ignore all my racist pretense that I have accumulated over the years of living with people who are racist,
Yeah.
and I need to reevaluate.
One of the hardest things to do is to like de-assimilate yourself, and like this is something I talked like that was very heavily, pushed in a class, in my race and ethnicity class I took at college. So I also like when I say everyone's racist, I'm not saying like everyone is fucking like a neo-Nazi like that's going on right now, but like you're right, everyone does have like their own internal prejudice, and there's a couple people I can think of who felt certain ways about certain groups of people, and that kind of stuff was influenced on their environment, because after listening to them and talking to them like after they have removed themselves from the environment they were in, they were like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Sure.
I'm like, I mean, I don't know, like I'm not saying it's like it's not your fault, but I'm also not saying like, oh, it's not your fault. Like it's the way you were assimilated. But also you could have definitely just moved away out of that environment and continued to just spread like hatred and negativity.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the people, I'm real proud of them for like realizing like where their mistakes were.
Yeah.
Or I mean, I don't know. I know I've said something that's been like off color, and I'm like, oh, I'm really sorry. Like I should not have made that joke. Like,
Yeah.
Or I should not have said that. And I feel really bad about that. It's like something I wanted to bring up to you today, after I got off my lunch, is I was watching a video, and somebody was making a joke about. So it was like a group of people who were playing a game, and I was watching people play a game, and someone was like, "Oh, like, hey everybody, it's like me, the fucking like gross liberals, like abortionists, like people, like let's just kill some babies today." Like essentially, he was just making fun of people who have more liberal views.
Yeah.
And like a couple of the people in the video were like, they didn't really say anything, I guess for the sake of the video, but I could tell that they were not completely happy with that.
Oh, yeah.
They were like, yikes. Either because they have like conflicting views. I also don't know if the person who made the joke is like actually believes these things, or it was just trying to be funny. But it definitely didn't land, and it left a really bad taste in my mouth.
I'm a Tumblrina, and I got social justice on my side.
That's like one of the things that annoys the shit out of me, honestly, about Tumblr, is how not to discredit anybody who actually knows what they're talking about, but there are a lot of people who think they know what they're talking about, and they just say some stuff.
It's such a weird thing, because like I you see things on Tumblr though that are like, here's a fact that's unsourced or uncredited, and it's a little bit on me to like go verify that, but also like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like, well, what's life without fucking Tumblr or the internet in general. And I think about how like I could just come up to you and say some random facts that I am lying to you about, or I'm misremembering, or I got some part of it wrong, and like you could very well go about your day believing that to be true. And I don't know, it's so strange that like so much information is available, but also so much like the possibility of fake information, of like things being misstrued or
Misconstrued.
misconstrued.
That's the
Thank
word
you.
you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and then
Miss Scrooge McDuck.
like if I tell you something that's not 100, like that's not 100, it's like a fucking the world is a giant game of telephone,
Yeah.
literally, because like things will get changed a little bit like each time.
Sure, accidentally because there's
Yeah, it's like some kind of miscommunication.
like it could be purposeful though, like if there's an agenda behind it, or like simply just like edited out for the sake of brevity or importance.
Yeah, that always like, there are a lot of things that I come across on Tumblr that I'm like, I'm not really sure about that one. But a lot of the time I don't care enough to just go like do the research on my own, because it's not something I usually find that's like super interesting, or quite often I find that it's something I already know about that I'm like, I know this is not true, but I'm also not the type of person
To
who's like,
discredit it or
actually, here's
Yeah.
the real facts.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not that person. It's like, whatever. That sucks. You all believe that.
Excuse me,
but
dude. Being part of man is mansplaining, so buck up. Get to it.
What the fuck is mansplaining? Honestly, I feel really bad, but I don't know what that is.
It is
Whoops.
so like there was an example of a woman scientist who was in a vacuum chamber, and the water spontaneously started boiling, and then someone was like, actually it's not spontaneous because this is like blah 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 blah, and it's like some guy who's clearly not an astrophysicist explaining to an astrophysicist what's happening. And
Was this a post on Tumblr?
yeah,
I think I've seen this.
and which is, it's fucking great because people were like, also spontaneous is like a form, it's like a chemical reaction. It's like, oh, the reaction was spontaneous, like it is like a scientific term used, and she used it in the correct like
'Cause that's her fucking
context.
job.
Yeah, and so you just have some dude on the internet just explaining it as, like it's typically a guy. I would say 99% of the time it's a guy. Yeah.
Damn. Well, I guess
Yeah.
I'm not really a
But
dude then.
Then there's also man spreading, which is on a train, a guy who spreads
or
his
any,
leg.
yeah, or anywhere.
Yeah.
Or you have to sit next to people. You just open your legs so everyone can look at your big fat cock. Gross.
Yeah.
And we've had this conversation
Mm-hmm.
because I've said like, because I was assimilated as female, I always close my legs.
Yeah. I mean, I do too, but that's because I'm a polite fucker.
I mean, I don't know.
No, it's actually because I'm still obese in my mind. I mean, I am still overweight, but also I'm like much bigger in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have this like thought, like mentality of like, I need to be the most compact I can be so I am not a burden to anyone but me. So I will suffer and I will scrunch my little body in to a cube if I need to. Thank you.
Do you think? Sorry, I'm gonna ask. If I ever like cross the line asking these, please let me know. But cause I'm just curious. Do you ever think you will view, or like, what point do you think you will view yourself like as thin as you actually are? Because I have, this is like, actually, I mean, as a psychology major, and this is not my field of psychology that I want to go into, but it's just a field that I know.
Sure.
But you can be a psychologist who counsels people in obesity, obviously, because you
Right.
can be counseled for anything. But one of the hardest things it is for people who are previously obese, or very, very overweight who are no longer that way, or thin, vice versa, is like your own image. Like when you, like, you're thinner than you actually look, but you, in your mind, still registers you as the way you used to be.
Sometimes it's the other way around, but to answer your question, like it's a certain level of dysmorphia. Like it's not sexual dysmorphia, which I'm sure you experience from time to time. You've expressed, but like, like there will be times where I'm much larger than I actually appear, and there's sometimes where I'm feeling like fit and thin, and then I get a glimpse in the mirror, and I'm just like, oh, holy shit, nope, not what I thought at all. So, like, there's like a mismatch or a miscommunication to like what I'm perceived as and what I actually think myself as, and like I gotta imagine that's similar to how you feel.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what I'm asking, because
Yeah.
just because I've also watched a lot of My 600-Pound Life, but a lot of the people who I've noticed like go shopping, or like the clothes that they wear, like they will just continuously wear like clothes that are larger for them.
Because it's the comfort, I'm sure.
Well, like, because they don't actually like really realize like what something fitted looks like, because things have never really fit. Like you've had to wear something that's
Shit,
like
dude.
a 5X.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like
I don't know.
I could fit in a large just fine, but the issue is like a large for someone who's not like a actual large to scale person is cut differently than something for me. Like I almost need it a little bit longer because I still have like a bit of a gut. And
You're also taller.
I mean, yeah, sure. And so like I'm stuck in this weird thing where it's like I'm not skinny enough to fit in a large well enough, or like I'm skinny enough that a 2X is almost too big, but not enough where a large fits fine because there's different proportions, and like I would need like a special DT where it's like, hey yo, we know you're gonna need a little bit more around the trunk, and it just, with things being so like, mass produced, which I understand why it is, it just sucks.
Yeah, like I'm sure I could. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say like there's one thing. So sometimes working in retail, this is like general. So like there are places like Target, they have the picture of the shirt above the shirt, and like people will get it out and look at it. And I've always given one caveat. Like it's a shitty thing to do, but I've always given one caveat, and it's when people look at larger size shirts, because often they don't change the print.
The print is like a one size.
Yeah, it is static, and so
it's not proportional.
Right, yeah, and then so what ends up happening is that you have a lot of shirt and not a lot of image, and it sometimes can look really bad. So, like I get people who are like, who are looking at the shirt for the actual dimensions and like how it actually was printed.
Not just like, oh, this is a cool looking
shirt.
Hey,
like, hey Joey, come look at this shirt I found.
At the bottom of the fucking stack, even though there's a picture of it right there.
I just pulled the whole... Is it okay? I just pulled every shirt out just to make sure that they're all the same.
That really bothers me. Oh man, but I get what you're saying. I'm kind of about like shirt size, because I'm small. Like I'm as in I'm short.
Aren't you glad that people stopped saying small on Tumblr?
Small. I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah.
Actually, thank you. You're right. I mean, I don't know what the fuck small is. I'm like, I don't know, small. Small. Where the fuck would a small come from?
Small mole.
Small mole. I have a small mole. I have several. I am a small mole.
You little diggy. Yeah, are Hufflepuffs like
we are badgers.
Badgers, type of. I mean, I guess they're subterranean, right?
Kind of, yeah.
The big diggy boys.
Yeah, they got those fucking
Digging
talons
hands.
on them. Did you see them? Yeah.
They teach Toph how to earthbend. It was not Toph though. It was what's her name? It taught the earthbenders, but no, I guess it wasn't.
It was Toph. Yeah. Toph learned from the moles because they are blind, and she is also blind.
Mm-hmm.
And like she like learned like how to feel the earth more than just earthbenders.
Okay.
That's also why she knew how to fucking metal bend, because she's a fucking G. Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, but
she fly like a G6.
Like a G6. Like a G6.
So okay, all right.
Sorry.
Hold on. Aside real quick. Like in the middle of that song is like on the beat.
Oh yes.
That is so. The little fun fact: often, if the person singing it didn't make the beat, they will have a call out for like the person who did it, and what that person's actually saying is "mustard on the beat, ho," and so he is the person that has done the beat for that song. So like he's in so many that thing is in so many different songs because he is like a lyricist.
It's like the beginning of fucking songs. It's like Mike Will made.
Yeah,
because he made the song.
Yep.
It's like anyway, DJ
Mr.
Quest.
Worldwide.
That's another one. Who gave you the name? Oddly enough, myself.
Yeah.
That was I think like one of the saddest posts I've ever read.
What?
When Pitbull admitted that he named himself Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah.
I was like, who hurt you? You angel? Sorry. I mean, I don't know if he's a good person or not, but that made me sad. But I have to go back to the shirt thing. But go back to the shirt thing.
Next episode, we talk about pants.
Stay tuned, everybody, for the next 30 minutes. But I'm short, so like the shirt I have, I wear larges because.
By the way, I hope when you write down the notes, you just write shirt. Oh, he's gonna do it. Oh, thanks, Cam.
Shirt. Okay.
What'd you spell shit? I'm just kidding. There's an R. There's an R.
I got really worried. I was like, did I? But I didn't. But I have to wear large, but also because I used to be a little bit bigger than I am now,
Mm-hmm.
even though I'm back on my bullshit. Mike and I, we've had this fucking conversation. So I'm trying to
That's my favorite thing to say.
back on my bullshit.
I bought a bunch of soup again, and I showed it to Jackie, and I just I'm back on my bullshit.
Oh my god, because food science. But I'm not really like small enough for a medium actually, but I'm probably at this point I am as far as like
You
my
wear a
weight.
lot of big shirts.
But also it's because I have a large chest.
Yeah.
Because I haven't had top surgery, and so if you were to ever go clothes shopping with me, you would totally understand. Like if I put a medium shirt on, like that's the thing is like a large shirt like I feel like they fit okay, but they're fucking long, and I'm just like I'm not this long. I'm not lanky.
I don't want to buy a dress, but
Apparently I am today. But if I wear like mediums, it clings to my chest, and like that's like I don't care if y'all can like kind of see my stomach. Like I don't really give a shit, but it's my chest, and that's the reason I wear like shirts larger than like what I could wear.
Yeah.
And even if I got like a tighter binder, like it wouldn't matter. Like it honestly wouldn't matter because like my chest would. I mean they have like after a certain point they have a little give. I mean you wear like a compression suit, so like when you wash them you're like oh yes nice and tight,
snug.
clean, and then like after like a week or so you're like fucking struggling to tuck all that meat in. It's annoying.
Taco meat in.
I haven't had Taco Bell in a long time. A long time.
Jackie bought Taco Bell and then fried it. It was an experience to watch.
How do you do that?
You butter it and you put it on a pan and you fry it.
What'd they have?
I don't know. I didn't really have anything to say other than that was a thing I watched yesterday.
Huh. Well, I mean, speaking of fried food, whenever I go to the Renaissance Fair that's in town, on my bullshit train, I always get a deep fried Oreo.
Oh, okay.
I think they're like.
They had that at the Renaissance?
They do.
They had that back then? They had Oreos?
They fucking sure do.
Yeah?
But, God, I love them. I think they call them like heart attacks or something.
Oh, fucking yeah. I
But
could bet.
have you ever had a deep fried Oreo?
Nope. Deep fried candy bar? Nope.
After you eat it, like
you feel awful.
well, like you can feel your heart pumping.
Slow down.
That's why they call them heart attacks because you can feel your heart working harder to process.
That was one of the reasons why I lost all the weight was because I went to a buffet and I was just like, oh man, I'm feeling it.
Damn.
Yeah, just nope.
Do you think you had any like major health issues before you lost your weight?
I mean, I have major health issues now. I mean, my knees are a part of my health, are they not?
You're right.
And they're crickety motherfuckers.
I meant like I guess internally, like I just didn't know.
Probably. I was probably like on track to be diabetic and probably still am, like, because that's just like it's like a family thing. And, you know, like one of the biggest things about like losing a bunch of weight really quickly is because your body's going to turn that fat into sugar, and that could shock your system into being able to not produce its own. What the fuck is that called? It's not glycos. What's the sugar called? That
Glucose.
Glucose. Thank you. Stop being able to make it because there's such a sudden surge of it, and your body fucking needs to know what's the stuff that they to balance it though. Insulin. Yeah, your body produces insulin, and if it stops doing it, guess what? Knock knock, you're diabetic. Like that's the whole thing.
Yeah, well, there's type 1 and type 2. Like I know
type 1 you get when you're old baby, you get that first. Type 2 is when
you're born with it.
Oh, yeah, but maybe it's diabetes. Maybe it's Maybelline.
I listened to this morning talk show, and the guy fucking loves the guy that goes like diabetes. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck that's from,
it's
but
fucking yanked.
Stop. I say that. I'm sure I do. I'm sure I say a lot of weird ass things.
Just write down yanked.
Okay.
But what was it saying? Oh, type 1. That's the limerick. Is that limerick?
What do you mean?
What's like man? I can't remember anything. What's the
a
thing?
limerick is like a type of poem.
Okay, no. All right. So what is it called when you have like a special thing to remember something? Like a song, or like my mother makes 9 pizza fucks for my planet.
Acronym?
No, that's not an acronym. Acronym is all right. You ready to learn some bullshit today? I'm pretty sure I've talked about this.
Allegory or something? That definitely.
We're not talking about the. What song? What are you looking at? All right, I'm gonna keep talking.
Okay,
So,
for it.
an acronym is different than an initialism. NASA is
We've talked about this.
we have on the
Yeah,
podcast.
yes.
Okay, well, stop.
fine.
I'll finish.
No, say it. Just remind everybody.
So, an acronym is something you would say. So, NASA, you would say, even though it's a bunch of letters. Initialism is something like AT&T, or I don't know. Help me out, dude. With the abbreviation for Warcraft, World of Warcraft is WoW. It's not WOW.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No shit. Nothing else.
I wonder if there's a special name for something that can be done as either. Like LOL is LOL or LOL. People say either
You're
one.
right.
So
You're asking me what is the mnemonic device used to remember?
mm-hmm.
What were you trying to remember?
No, is that what it's called? An mnemonic.
You can use mnemonic devices.
Okay. The diabetes one
limerick
is
could be one of them.
You get type 1 diabetes when you're 1 when you're first born. You get type 2 afterwards. That's how I.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the.
That I think I told the story about the limerick and the traveling. Maybe
The
not.
fuck are you talking about?
So when I was in high school, we would go. I was in the band. I was in the music department, and so when we would go on like music trips,
Meat flute.
You sure did.
You
our-
sure did.
You sure? Whatever.
You sure did make that joke, Mike.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway,
Yeah, whatever. I played the flute. I
the-
sucked a little dick.
I mean, who hasn't?
I mean, it's just one dick. It was just a really tiny dick. I sucked a little dick.
Nice, dude. Yeah.
Oh, high five that. No, don't clap.
Boom.
High
I'll
five.
fucking okay. High five it. But my choir teacher, I wasn't in choir.
You didn't suck his dick.
Oh, fuck no.
Okay, good.
Oh boy. Oh no. Anyway, my choir teacher. Every time we go on these like trips or whatever on the bus, he'd be like, "Okay, guys, come up with the limerick." Even though I'm making him sound like quite flamboyant, he was not. So he would just I don't know, he'd think of a limerick and he's like, just some dumb crap. Anyway, so there was this person that I still sometimes talk to, but I don't know if we would be considered friends. We're more like acquaintances, but we were good friends in high school. And so you're supposed to stand up and be like, I have a limerick. And so this person stood up and goes, I have a limerick. There once was a man from Nantucket. And then immediately my choir teacher goes, this lady up here has a cuss bucket. Because the limerick goes, there once was a man from Nantucket whose dick was so long he could suck it. So he walked down the street swinging his meat and carried his balls in a bucket. And that was the limerick that they were going to use. And my teacher was like, none of this shit. No.
I'm cutting off at the head.
It's just like, stop. Oh, do you like my meat? Anyway, whoopsies.
It's all good.
Anyway, but I forgot what my point with that was. Oh, limericks.
Yeah.
Boom. They suck. I have bad memories of limericks.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, write down limerick.
Oh, I was going to write Nantucket.
Fuck it.
Limerick. I don't know how to spell it. That's okay. But at least I know how to spell Kabumbers. Just like the subtle fuck.
So Kabumbers is a time in which I was writing it was my lunch. I needed to send an associate out to get it. The associate at the time was it you?
It was me.
And I was sending Cam out to get fucking Subway, and I couldn't quite remember how cucumbers was spelled, so I just wung it. And lo and behold, I wrote Kabumbers.
Because I looked at the list, I was like, what the fuck is Kabumbers? Like, like cucumbers? I was like, oh, it was a blast.
It's cucumbers for people who can't spell.
Cucumbers. Sorry. I think I've realized, I have a very, no, I can't. I don't want to say this because it's not true. But for some reason, I always mix up my D's and my B's. Always. And my P's and my G's. Like when I'm writing. Because whenever I have to write notes to y'all at work, and I'm writing, hey, dude.
Is that why you kept saying Deb instead of bed? You're just like, I'm going to go to Deb.
Was I saying that?
No.
No, 'cause I got worried. I was like, oh, was I really? I mean, no. Like when I'm writing, not when I'm texting or reading, but when I'm writing. Because sometimes when I write, y'all notes, if I, y'all, God damn it. If I'm writing y'all notes, I write, hey, doob, and I will.
Hey, doob. It's the new Hey Jude.
Oh God. It's like, oh, fuck. And so I
Move past it.
any associate working with me can attest to this. But I think I have tried to write, like every time I try to write a note, I have to write it like 4 times.
Jesus.
Because I'm like, dude, but I'm like, a son of a bitch. That's like, I have to remember not to do it again.
Oh,
and so then
fuck.
I throw it away and I pull a new piece of paper and I'm like, hey,
Hey,
dude.
doob.
And I'm like, son of a bitch. Sometimes I'll get to the E and sometimes I'll look at my DUB and I'm like, you fucking shameful piece of
2 Ds.
person.
No B's in there.
God, I don't know why. Like, I have no idea why that I do that. It's just sometimes when I'm writing. If anyone listening to this is like, does this as a job, please tell me. Diagnose me.
Yeah. I've already told you about how I put S's in the wrong place of, like, in a sentence, like when I'm talking. Yeah. But that's all, like, vocal.
So that's okay,
that's
though.
fun.
I mean, like,
That's fun. They make fun of me for that.
I think it has gotten worse for me, like with my spelling. Actually, I've noticed my spelling has gotten significantly worse since I stopped texting and I use my talk to text because it's 10 times more convenient when I'm driving. And I'm like, son of a bitch.
See,
I actually have to type something out now.
I can't actually spell. I just remember the muscle memory for all the words I need to spell. Yeah, I'm being dead serious.
Explain.
So like, I mean, I know how to spell silver, but like the way I write it is my muscle memory for how to type it is like, it's like fucking ring finger this. I don't know. I can't describe it, but basically I just like I know.
That's what typing is.
But yeah, but I also have like a weird fucking hybrid version of typing where it's like left hand on the ASDF and the right hand is like all peck. Like it's super weird. If you ever watch me type,
I don't think I've ever actually sat and watched you type.
Yeah, like if you ever get the chance, you should do it because it's fucking weird. But I'm a fairly quick typer and accurate
I will
too.
say yes.
When I know how to spell, that's my fucking biggest hindrance. Is my spelling.
Yeah, whenever I'm like, so school's starting soon. Ugh. Actually, no, I'm excited for school. I just immediately feel the stress, and I'm like, actually, no, I don't feel that right now. I'm actually happy to go back to school. But when I'm like typing a paper and stuff, I will just fucking truck along, and even though I'm like very misspelling,
that is how you do it though.
Like I don't care that I'm misspelling things. Like I'm just
because you got to go back.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll just go back and get it and edit.
You had to edit it anyway, so I mean,
I'm like,
as long as you edit. Here's a tip to edit. If you ever need to edit your own paper, copy and paste it into a different program that uses like a different font and a different size, because when it's in that original program with that original size and font, your eyes are trained to like skip over words, but when it's different, your eyes actually read each one.
Yeah, they say use like a different color, like
Yeah.
a different screen in your color. Also, a good thing to do, which I have done. Oh, yeah, I guess like here's some back to school tips. Like even
back to
though
school.
fucking lame. Whenever you're typing a paper and you think you're done with it, you're fucking not.
Think again, fucker.
Each paragraph like that you do for your paper, go into Google Translate and just translate it and listen. Or I mean, if you have that like weird program where you can type in things in the voice, I don't know.
Microsoft Sam talking to you.
Thank you. I don't know. I just use Google because they can post bigger chunks. But yeah, listen to Google read it back to you, because there's a lot of things that I have 100% missed in papers that my teachers were like, "Hey, yo, you missed this." And once I started doing that, I completely stopped.
You'll catch all the thes and tutus.
Yeah, with my dumb shit. Also,
using the wrong tense on a certain word.
Another little like tidbit for, I guess, typing a paper is don't start with the intro.
Because
honestly, like the hardest thing to do about writing a paper is starting it. Here's
the reason why. Intro is describing the paper, and the paper you haven't even wrote, so you want to like just get into it and then read it and then be like, here's the intro, this is what the paper is going to talk about, because now you actually know what it's going to talk about.
Yeah, like if it's just like a general research paper,
man, if I went back to high school, I'd be so fucking good at it.
Yeah,
I'd be sucking so many teachers' dicks.
Sucking so many no titties.
I mean, like, hey man, I don't know,
you like the dickies?
I'll do either.
Dickies. Did you have a teacher in high school that you were like, I'm gonna bang you?
Well, I definitely had a teacher that was a stripper. So
what?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
She was a stripper. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
How do you know this? Like, for real?
I mean, like, I don't know how it got around, but like it could have been like kids fucking making up shit. But she was really pretty.
Oh, she's just pretty.
I was down with the mom types though, like all the ones that were that were like there was one, I'm not gonna say her name because holy shit, but like she had a husband who also worked at the school,
Yeah.
and I was just like, fuck.
I mean, there was like when I was in my high school, there was several like husband wife like type.
Yeah.
Like,
do you think they like
teachers
met there, or they must have like no, they must be both teachers, and they're like, well, let's move here. Well, if you're gonna school there, I might as well school there too.
We'll both apply and see what happens. I don't know, but like both the husband and the wife, I'm just like, fuck, I'd bang you all.
Yeah,
it sucks.
You want to be in the middle of that?
What?
You want to be in the middle of that?
Please, I want to be in the middle of the sandwich that this would be. I almost accidentally just said their name. So I just
the sandwich.
That's why I slowed down.
One teacher got proposed to in one of my classes. Yeah, he came in and was like, "I'm gonna marry that bitch.
That bitch is mine now.
Fucking lock and key. You ain't ever gonna see her again.
She's my property. Yeet. It's like the new yeet. Like
it's supposed to be. It's you all are not.
Yeah, you all are not. Yeet. I said I can promise I've said that shit before.
You ain't gonna be seeing her again.
Well, like, I guess going back to like the younger days, I'm gonna ask this: if you have like advice, like if you have advice for your younger self, like if you went back and any era of your younger self you want to go back to, you can choose, and what would you say?
Like, do I get to like body snatch myself? Like, I just get to put my brain inside of them?
I always want to do that, but no.
See,
like you are in the entity, and you're like, hey, this is me now.
I just get them like one word of wisdom, one message.
Sure. What would it be?
I don't know, dude.
What age would you go back to?
Here's the thing, like I can't fucking really tell you that because it's that whole butterfly effect. Like what if I I teach myself something and I excel in this one thing and that like completely changes the trajectory of my life and I'm just like, you know, like what who knows what could change because of that. Like, you know, me and you could have never met because we didn't work together at the same job. Like us meeting is like I talk about this with James all the time because it was it's very surreal how you like people close to you become close to you because it's so fucking like
it's so by chance.
Yeah, like it's man, the numbers on it must be astronomical because you know me and James met online playing WoW and it all had to work out just well. We lost we lost our healer and at the same time he transferred to my server and started looking for a guild and the only reason we were able to see it was because someone in our guild just happened to be on the forums and see that he transferred and he introduced himself and then you know he could have just said no, he could have said you know maybe not, like whatever, and like since then like who knows like how like what the odds on that were fucking happening. And I mean 50-50, you know, either does or it doesn't, but that's a Stephen Colbert joke. Yeah, anyway, that like what I'm trying to say, you know, there could have been any point in which we just decided not to become friends, like, you know, like, oh, we didn't click as well, but you know we did. And same for you though, like I had moved back, I was looking for work, any number of places could have called me back for work, it happened to be that job. Like,
and for me, I happened to just walk in.
Yeah, you were headhunted, or sort of. I mean,
I was.
Yeah,
I was because I had another job at the time.
Uh-huh.
And the person who hired me was just like, "I want to fucking hire you."
Yeah.
And they did, and
so like because of that, like you know, we became friends and we had this channel and like you know it's fucking nuts.
Yeah, I was like I guess I could use extra money and.
Yeah, like just because like a small like decision like grew into like a large thing, and that happens all the time. Like whatever, but like it's cool to think about. I don't know, so that's why I'm like I don't know if I want to go back in time.
I mean,
I want to go forward in time and like no, it's okay.
I don't want to go forward.
You don't?
I would not want to go forward.
What
because...
if you're like, oh fuck, I really fucked it up?
Yeah, that's why. No, I don't. I wouldn't want to go forward, but I would want to go back. Like in my mind, the perfect scenario, which is honestly not real. If time travel was real, this is not real. But I go back and just make like this small little like
Like
time
incision.
like this time frame a little bit easier,
Mm-hmm.
or like go back to a time where like I was able to deal with like at this point in my life in a different way that wouldn't really influence the outcome, maybe slightly, but
Yeah.
maybe to my benefit.
If I
Like if I knew it was going to benefit me somehow, that's not like materialistically. I guess what I'm talking about is I would go back to when I was like 12 or 13. Like I would take me as an adult now, as my 21 year old self,
adult.
I guess, and I would just be like, boop, pop up in front of little 12-year-old me.
Mom, stranger! Stranger danger!
I would not do that. I was not that type of person. I talked to fucking everybody. There was no strangers. No one's a stranger to me. But I would just look myself in the eyes and just tell myself, like, and I think about this all the times, like, don't, like, tell mom you are a boy. And do not let her tell you no.
Okay.
And, like,
I actually thought of my answer.
that benefits me, obviously. But
Yeah.
what's up?
Is that because your mom's always like, you just never told me, you just never showed any signs?
No, that was because, I mean, I don't know if I actually already talked about this, but I'll get real. That was because I mentioned when I was quite younger, like around 5 or 6,
Yeah.
like I don't feel like other girls, and as a 5 or 6-year-old, I wasn't really able to articulate, like, I don't feel like a girl, because I was always being told, like, this is what you are. And then so much throughout my life, up until a certain point, because I was just like, whatever, I'm done listening to this shit, I always was like, I'm having a hard time with whatever, because I just don't relate to other girls. Like, I just don't feel like I can. I don't feel like a girl, but I didn't A, know how to say that, and then B, to a certain point where I was afraid to say that. And then every time my mom was just like, hey, I was just like that, or you're just a tomboy, or you were just gonna start your period, and I fucking can't stand it. Like, I'm so real. This is like, I know we're like goofy, but this is not goofy. Like, I just couldn't stand being told that anymore, so I just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And I stopped saying anything at all. But right then, like 12 or 13, even though I had already started menstruating at that point, I would be like, just don't let mom tell you no. Because I just was like, she's right. My mom's right. There's no way my mom could be wrong.
Sure.
So, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah. Not as intense, but
Sorry.
a little intense. But I think like a couple of years ago, back before I moved back here, I was definitely like in a state of like constant anxiety because I was always worried that the ends weren't gonna meet. And I just like knowing like it's gonna be okay, you're fine, would have like been a huge like going back and knowing like, because sometimes like money was tight and I wasn't sure like the next bill was gonna like line up with my next paycheck, and so that always kind of like gave me a lot of worry, to the point where like some nights I was just like waking up in the middle of the night just to check my bank account just because I had a dream that I had nothing, and like, okay, no, I'm good, I'm paying this bill and this one, and then the next one, and like it sucks because like to admit that, because I had safety nets, like I was living with James at the time, and
But still, like like what if?
yeah, like honestly, and like it's a very like, man, I said I'm gonna go out and live on my own, and I did, and I did it for 2 years, and
On your own with James?
I mean, yeah.
Okay,
mean,
that's
like,
what I just want to clarify.
don't take that away from me.
I live on my own with a roommate,
Yeah.
but like I'm not. I wanted to just clarify for me personally. I'm like,
Yeah.
you mean like you lived by yourself or you lived with somebody?
Yeah, with someone. I feel like it's being a millennial and living by yourself is irresponsible.
Yes, unless you
Or-
have daddy's debit card.
Yeah, and then in which fucking don't call yourself a millennial. You're a 1%er, you shit.
For real, whatever. So,
But yeah, like they're definitely, like I said, woke up middle of the night, just be like, okay, I'm good. I go back to sleep now. And,
that makes me sad.
no.
I mean, anxiety is a wicked mistress. Like I know that, but
She whips so good.
sometimes I like it, but sometimes I don't.
Keeps me on my toes.
No, I'm not even gonna go where I was supposed to go. Done. Anyway,
You want to wrap this bitch up?
yeah.
Put a bow on it?
Yank.
Yank.
Grab this bitch up. Yay.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. I
Thank
hope
you.
you enjoyed it. We're gonna be answering some questions. We fucking totally did not. We were gonna like talk about us going on vacay, not together, but like you're going and then I'm going, so we have to like record in bulk.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about number 34.
Yeah.
Have fun with just us being fucking weird.
Yep.
Enjoy it, y'all.
34, we'll get some questions going in. So, anyway, thanks, y'all.
Thanks. Yay.
Yay.
Bye.